Do you worry excessively? Do you think about what's going to happen too much? Are you constantly judging and thinking about the meaning of every situation that happens? Or are you able to let go and take life as it comes? Well, if you're tense too much and you tend to worry and think about what's going to happen, you tend to make meaning out of every situation, in this video, I want to help you change that. I used to be the guy that would take every situation that would happen and I would create a certain meaning behind it. Nothing happened for the sake of happening. It always had to mean something. I always had to have a plan and have everything figured out. Everything had to make sense. If I didn't have things like A, B, C in my head, I wouldn't be relaxed. I wasn't able to relax and let go. I was always tense and I was always stressed out because I felt like I needed to control my life. I never allowed life to happen in front of me, but I had to know what's going to happen for me to feel calm. And the thing is that I never felt calm. I always felt stressed out. I always felt nervous. I always felt on my toes because I wasn't sure what's going to happen. Big part of ego is control. Ego wants to be right. Ego loves to be in control. And ego hates not knowing, not being in control, and not being right. So if in your life you're primarily guided by your ego, you're going to have a lot of stress and pressure. If you imagine being in a bus and you're sitting in your chair and you're enjoying the ride and suddenly you look at that driver and you say, I bet I would know how to drive better. Now, unless you're a bus driver with 20, 30 years of experience, chances are you don't. The bus driver is the one that knows how to drive the bus the best. He knows the line, the route, he goes there daily. He's pretty much confident. He knows what he's doing. But the ego wants to say, no, actually, you know what? I can do that better. So you get in front of the line and you take the wheel and you try to fight with the driver to take the wheel. Now, what do you imagine would happen? You'd crash. That's what would happen. When you're trying to get in life's way, life has its own way, and if you're trying to get in front of that and you're trying to control it, it's the same thing as trying to take the wheel out of that bus driver. Because the fact is, you will never know, and you cannot know what's going to happen in the future. You cannot be in control of everything because control is an illusion. You don't have control. It doesn't exist. We're flying on a rock in space, surrounded by stars and asteroids who are swinging past the Earth every single day. What control? But control is something that we invented. The illusion of control is something that ego invented so it can feel better about himself or herself. And when you're acting out of ego, you're always going to try to control life. But the fact is that you cannot control life. All you can do is control yourself. If you gain power over yourself, you'll gain power over your situation. The less you feel you have the power over yourself, the more you're going to feel like you need to control the outside world, your outside situation. The less you're going to trust life and you're going to trust the outside world to be safe. And the more you're going to try to create that with your own, like, I need to know what's going to happen. And when you have that and you live with that for a while, then you get excess worry, excess stress, excess fear. Trust life. Life has its own way, its own course, its own flow, kind of like a river. And what you can do if you want to live with not as much stress, not as much anxiety, not as much pressure, is to learn how to swim in that river. Swim! Swim in the river. Don't try to go against it because you're not stronger than the river. The river is stronger. Life is stronger. I recently heard it, Jordan Peterson, the motivational dude or whatever, the mindset guy. And I've learned quite a lot from him. I'm not battering on him at all, but I recently learned he checked into rehab for anxiety pills. Now the fact is that, as I know it, his wife was unfortunately ill and she was battling like heavy cancer illness, and he started taking medication. But even before that, when I was listening, and I'd be listening to his YouTube videos and his speeches, I always felt like there was a degree of over control in everything. Wanting to be right, wanting to control the situation will almost always lead to stress. Surrendering into life, surrendering into the fact that you're not in control of it will relieve stress. Now, I am in no way some Jedi mind trick dude who, figured out everything and he's just like, I'm not like that at all. But I am saying that I did try to go the route of ego and trying to be right and trying to control things. And I lost. You will never be able to beat life. Life is stronger than you. And that, my friend, is one thing that your ego doesn't want to admit. So you gotta admit it. Because when you surrender into life, it's not that you're gonna lose in life, but you'll be able to dance with life. If you try to fight life, I guarantee you it's gonna break you. But if you dance with it, it's stronger than you, so you may as well dance with it and enjoy the ride. When you're trying to know everything, when you're trying to figure out everything, when you're trying to be right every time, when you're trying to control the outside situation because you need to feel safe inside, you'll get stress, you'll get pressure. But when you can breathe and accept that you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or next week or next month, and that's okay, you relax. Now I understand why this may be difficult for some, because it was difficult for me. And in my experience, the problem is in needing to feel secure. If you need to feel secure, then you need something external to feel secure inside. So you're gonna have to be right, or you're gonna have to have like the right idea. You're gonna have to know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to be in control because that's gonna protect you from harm. But in order to trust life and surrender into the river of life, you need to understand that nothing external is gonna make you feel safe, at least not in the long run. But what's gonna make you feel safe is the trust that you'll be okay. You simply have to trust that whatever life is going to throw at you, you'll be fine. Albert Einstein said that the most important question you should answer to yourself is the universe a friendly place? Is the universe a friendly place? Or is the universe a hostile place full of beasts and animals that want to eat you? So you got to keep your guard up all the time and never drop it, never like... So what is it? Which one is it for you? I found in my experience that this is really a personal thing. Whatever you personally believe is going to be true for you. So if you believe that the universe is a hostile place, people are your enemies, you can't trust them, that's basically going to be your experience. But if you believe that you can kind of relax and most people are nice and you're not going to get attacked every single day, then that's going to be your experience as well. Knowing that you are safe, knowing that you are covered, somebody's got your back, even though you can't see who, but they got your back. That's gonna make you feel safe and relaxed. You can call it the higher power, you can call it God, you can call it nature, Mother Nature, universe, whatever. That thing got your back. And yes, sometimes it tests you with stuff, gives you kind of difficult situations just to see how you're gonna respond. But that usually doesn't last. So stop trying to control life. Stop trying to beat it. You just can't. Surrender into life. Let life guide you. What if you knew that you were guided? What if you knew that something that you don't understand is guiding your every step, your every move, and it's like literally pushing you towards where you need to go? And you resisting that is actually causing the problems that you're experiencing. And if you let that go, if you just let it go, you'd be okay. Well, I have a suggestion for you. Try to live with that feeling for at least 1 week. If you worry excessively, if you're like control freak, you need to have everything figured out before try to, for 1 week, try to believe that you're guided and that you're safe. You still have to keep your eyes open and watch your back, but if somebody is watching your back already, you can kind of relax. Try to relax for a week. Let go of control for just 1 week and see what happens. Maybe you'll be surprised.